Okay, guys, there's one thing a lot of people ask me about, and that is a combat knife, some kind of combat blade. Okay? Any one of these tools can be used in combat. You can pick up a hatchet, and it can be used in combat. You can use that to ward off an animal. All right? But there are certain traits that combat knives and weapons would have. This is a custom-made knife that was made by a gentleman by the name of Bud Neely. I designed it with a friend of mine named Paul Wade, and I wish I could give you the metal breakdown of what this is. I just can't remember exactly what it is. These guys are very high-tech these days, but I'll tell you a little bit about this knife. It's about a 7.5-inch double-edged blade. Okay, it has a blade on this side and a blade on this side. Okay, it has a pretty strong point. This is an excellent knife. You can see it's black coated so that it's very stealth. It's very hard to see at night. You have a little bit of a glare off the blade, but that's about it. Okay, it's a very heavy knife. A lot of people carry knives for self-defense or whatever, and they're the small little flip knives. They're very flimsy. They're kind of weak. You always think that if you ever stuck it in an animal or you had a fight with some kind of coyote or something or whatever, it would break if it hit a bone. It might. This hang. It goes all the way to the back here, so it's an excellent knife for slashing, and it's an excellent knife for thrusting. The double edge gives it superiority over almost all sorts of weapons, because no matter how you are, no matter how it's gripped, no matter how you're holding on, when you draw your blade, it's going to slash. Okay? If it's a single edge, you always have to turn your knife over to get a slash. You don't need it with a double edge. That's why these are actually illegal to have. In most states, a double-edged blade is illegal. Okay? This was mainly a combat knife designed for more military use as a fighting knife. Okay? It's got a couple of unique features. One is it's got a ridge here so that your hand will not slide off. Okay? It has a thumb ridge. It also has a thumb ridge on the inside. For example, if you pulled your blade out or you dropped it and you picked it up, you might not have the whereabouts to grab it just the way you want it. Sometimes you'll grab it this way. Sometimes it could be picked up this way that has a thumb rest on it. Also, you can hold it in what they call a false grip or ice pick grip, held like this. Okay? You see a lot of the old movies where someone's stabbing someone, the ice pick grip. It has a ridge for it right there. On the back, it's got a wicked point here. There's going to be times when maybe you need to just back something or use this to control or hook something so that you can re-slice it. It's got a small hole here for paracord if you want to put that on it. Like I said, it is corrosion resistant. This knife was made by a very famous knife maker, Bud Neely, and he made a really nice knife for me. You could drop this thing in salt water and come back about 2 years later, just wipe it off, and it would be ready to go. It comes in this Kydex case. How it was originally designed, guys, is it comes with a shoulder harness that you can fit over your pack, but mostly you just put it on, and the knife fits right under your armpit here. So when it gets deployed, the first pull is a thrust. Is a slash. So as it gets deployed, like this, there's an immediate slash, so you can go right back into thrusting. Okay? It was also meant so that if you're reaching, if you have to go empty hand first and you're reaching fighting, this handle will tilt out, making it very easy to reach in and grab and thrust. Okay? So guys, for whatever reason you feel that you need some sort of combat knife, this knife by Bud Neely that I designed is an excellent combat blade. If you go on my website, you can read up about it a little bit more. Okay? So, at this point, guys, I just want to point out that we've talked about some camp tools, some chopping tools, some skinning tools, some saws, a couple of multi-tools, and more for something from combat. Okay? So you take this combat knife, you add it to the Smith & Wesson light airweight revolver with the Henry long rifle, and you're pretty well set if you're in the wilderness and you feel as though there could be hostiles around or whatever, or maybe there's some animals, maybe a pack of dogs that you hear off in the distance, whatever, you know that you got some tools and some weapons that you can have at your disposal that will help you out, okay? My name's Joe Maffei, guys, 123survive.com. If you want any kind of training, you can go to Integrated Martial Development Center. Our website for that is combatnation.com. I appreciate all your support. You guys have a great day.